Hi, thanks for stopping by. I'm Stefan, this is Reverse Gatekeeping, and in this episode I'm going to be showing you how I converted my own Verminlord into a Skryer Verminlord. Hey, thanks for tuning in. So, for the first part, I was unhappy with the beginning of the helmet. I already removed the head and I was working on a gas mask, but I decided to cut it all because at the end I keep covering most of it. But here you see me cutting some armoring to cover the ugliness that was this thing. Like, it had a good start, it has some good parts that I got from... There are a bunch of 3D printed parts that I got, like, laying around some of my bits. And what I was aiming for is kind of a rat skull. If you ever seen the codex, you've seen that in the handbook, there's a bunch of rat skulls that kind of have the shape, so that's kind of what I was going for. Also, this model has a lot of skin, not a lot of cloth. I wanted it to have a little more than just the part at the bottom, the tabard, I think it's called. So yeah, I used this. I honestly don't remember where this bit is from. I probably stole it from one of my friends. Or... yeah, regardless, some cloth, right? And now what I'm aiming for is I recently repainted this Warlock Engineer and I am in love with the figure. And what I want to achieve is basically kind of the same vibe, because I feel like that is the perfect Skryer vibe. So yeah, this is what this conversion is going to be aiming for. I'm going to be referencing that miniature quite a lot. And yeah, so while I am pasting this, you'll see that I actually messed up and I had to remove it and get it the right way. A lot of things get taken out. I think, yeah, I was just unhappy with a lot of things, but we made it work. At the end, you'll see that I remove many of the things that aren't working, and eventually I reach something that I'm quite happy with. So yeah, here I am removing. Even though I sculpted this, I was aiming for those goggles. Many of the Skaven units have this like round eye covering with a lot of eyes. Kind of trypophobic. There I was too rough and I actually removed the head. So yeah, I have... At this point, it was kind of like starting over. Like, most of the stuff I had done, I covered over with plates, and I removed the eyes, which I thought looked a little goofy. And that is a thing that I struggled with quite a bit. I wanted this to look intimidating, but there is something about this where it's like a fine line you ride in between scary and goofy. If you don't do it right, it just looks goofy. So yeah, here what I tried instead of those spheres, I went for some straws. I saved so many paper straws for kitbashing, they're great. And I came, as I was saying, goofy. I hated how it looked. It looked so goofy, so I ended up removing one of them and making it sort of like this telescope extending eye here. And I think that definitely sells the vibe a little more. Like, a lot of Skryer units will have this kind of eye thing that like a face telescope. Been playing a lot of Dark Tide and 40k related stuff, so that might have inspired it as well. Everybody seems to have one of those, and I decided to just cover the other one and give it a night patch. So just to give it a little bit of a story, right? Like, this thing has seen some battle. There, I originally didn't plan of doing this, but like while cutting it, I accidentally snapped the arm, so I ended up removing it, which in hindsight, I think was the right thing. I am trying to salvage one thing, though, because I think that knife would make for an excellent knife. Now, yeah, I tried, but at the end, you know, I posted a little bit, but I ended up deciding not to go for it. And honestly, I'm happy for it. I think metallic, 100% robotic arm was the way to go, so now I can add a whole arm to my bits collection. Yeah, now, why am I breaking this instead of just getting one that was building one that was closer? This was a gift, and the price was amazing. It was so much better price than the original, but that meant I wasn't gonna have an option, right? Like, I just had this option to kitbash or to be happy with it. So I'm kitbashing it. That's why this whole video exists, is because I want this to be more Skryer. So yeah, there you saw I started raiding my random bits box, and I'm using all sorts of plastic things in the table. You can see some of my victims, including some Kinder Surprise figures, a ballpoint pen. I don't know what the black thing is. I hope it's nothing important. There I'm referencing the miniature again. And yeah, here I'm... Also, I thought of using... I have so many Skaven bits that needed using, and I'm so glad I checked, because I have the perfect thing to make the claw. So you'll see a little bit later on that I took out the claw, like the claw from... It's an extra bit you get from the... If you don't build the catapult, if you just do the cannons, you get that extra bit. So yeah, there I'm sorting through all of my bits and getting some, yeah, interesting shapes, tubes, wheels, just whatever I could get my hands on that looked Skryer-like. So here's the claw I was referencing. You can see it is quite useful for making the hand. That is a horn, I think, from Thankwall. Here I have one of the musicians' little, like, thing for the drum. I'm not sure how it's called. The tip of a weapon, perfect for the spear. And this thing, honestly, no clue where it came from, but it looks technological, so I'm taking it. And then this is an alternate, it's a weapon that I didn't choose for the storm vermin. Now here you'll see that I also was quite creative with the use of this leg from a Kinder Surprise toy. It looked so... It had kind of this leathery texture because it's jeans. So I cut off the foot and the waist, and it ended up working quite well. So there you see it attached. It is... I'm quite happy with it. I end up covering like the parts that look more like a leg, but it looks quite convincing as like one of those tubes. So there you see other interesting things I ended up using are the screw, I think that's a paint bucket. The claw was quite a pain, so I couldn't film it because like I was mostly out of frame the whole time I was fighting for my life. But I hope you got a good view of it. It's... here I am cutting the panel. I am using a leftover Games Workshop box, so everything is Games Workshop in the cardboard. And yeah, I am just cutting it. I love the again, the miniature, you can see it there, I'm referencing. It has such a cool effect. Just seeing this armor, the mechanical arm, I love it. So I wanted to recreate this look with this like layered kind of medieval gauntlet kind of shape. So here, honestly, what I did, I was just kind of eyeing it, you know. There was no measuring involved. I don't like measuring. I fold the things kind of into shape, and yeah, once I was like happy, once it was like roundish, I attached it. There you can see getting to cover the leg part because yeah, it doesn't look that realistic. I still wanted some mechanical parts exposed because I ended up doing NMM for that little figure. It wasn't an NMM at the beginning, but I had so much fun just going the extra mile with the figure, and I'm so happy with how it looks. So I purposefully left a lot of exposed metal for myself because I think it's gonna really make this figure pop. It's gonna elevate the look of the figure. So yeah, that's why I didn't just cover everything in armor. I think I went kind of 50-50, right? Like part of it, the boring part, the part that's just like a ballpoint pen cap, is covered. And yeah, the other part is completely exposed. One thing I didn't do that I was originally planning was cables, because I think the miniature's already quite busy, right? Like those horns, the bells, adding the cables like I did on my Doom wheel are kind of just... It was too much. So yeah, I didn't go for that, but I was planning on doing it. But I think it's better if here I exercised a little of restraint. Now you see me hollowing out a piece of plastic. I think this was a plastic dowel, like a leftover plastic dowel I had from some furniture, and I'm just making it hollow so I can make like I don't know how they're called actually. It's a weapon from that most Skryer units seem to have. This like spear with a like with this cannon thing that shoots warp energy. So yeah, I'm hollowing out the thing and I'm getting ready to attach it to the other bit I got, and that is the tip of a super glue bottle. I'm pretty certain. Plus the weapon from the storm vermin. It all cool. I'm actually quite happy with how this one came out. I think I did get the shape that I was going for. I think it quite matches it. Now you're gonna get to a big tragedy in this. It's not really a tragedy, but I really was having second thoughts when I did this. But you'll see that when I place this weapon next to the blade, it doesn't quite... The problem is the blade is curved, right? So that doesn't make it very... It didn't look quite right. So by the way, I'm burning my fingers. Don't do it like this. It hurts sometimes. I've burned my fingertips so often it doesn't. But like, you don't want to get there. Honestly, just wait a little. Don't smear super hot glue. Now here I'm kind of dry fitting it to see what's the best angle for it, because I want it to look good. This is the only... So one side of the miniature is very heavily Skryer. The back of it doesn't feel that heavily modified, so that's why I'm doing this. I want it to be a nice balance between like the original miniature and the normal... just my kitbash. So yeah, I ended up breaking this knife, and I was so close to just completely scraping it, but I pushed through. So how I did it was, I thought at first I could just cut it. Here you see how I was quite unhappy with it. I don't know, for me it just like the problem that the tip is pointing differently to where it's shooting. It didn't work, and the opposite of course would cover the cannon, so it would be counterintuitive. So yeah, it was just not working, but I didn't want to let go of those beautiful like warp stone details on the blade. So here you see me cutting it. My original plan, as I was saying, was to cut the tip, remove the angled part here in the middle, and I was hoping I was gonna be able to just turn it around and kind of fill in the rest with milliput. I actually didn't even use that much milliput, if any, in this conversion after I removed the eyes. Just the cardboard is honestly doing a lot of the heavy lifting with the hot glue. But yeah, once I cut that blade, I tried to stick it back together, but I didn't even show it. It looks so bad. So what I'm doing here is now I'm cutting a new angle. I'm removing so much of the blade, and it's like, it's almost bad. It's in a place where I can tolerate it. I completely understand if you guys think it looks silly, because it does kind of look silly. Cutting away from me, of course. So yeah, I'm attaching it. It looks a little short, but I think like the cannon distracts enough from the fact that it's so short. It's just, it's just the bayonet, right? Like, it's not the main weapon now. The cannon is the thing that is the scary thing, the thing that should scare you. So yeah, that's what that's what I was thinking while doing this. So here we are, very close to the end. I basically did everything I wanted to do. I am so happy with the conversion. And yeah, I just... I can't wait to paint it. That's next episode I'm gonna be editing. I already sneakily started painting some of it. You'll see at the end of the video that I couldn't resist and I started base coating. There's this part in kitbashing where you paint your model that really, I don't know, makes it... It's like the moment it clicks like magic. So anyways, thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll go to the outro now. I'm so happy with the result. It is converted. I am so excited to get to painting. I can't wait to start painting this. I am gonna see you around. Thank you for sticking till the end, and yeah, I'll see you next video. Hopefully it won't be that long, 2 to 3 days tops. And if you're from the future, hey, you don't even have to wait. So yeah, I'm so happy with this conversion. Hell yeah. Okay. Yeah.